Well, I found my wife. Now it's time to sort my life.
Hercule, you're an inspiration. Hey guys, Marsico X here. This year's April Fool What If was one of those ones which ran with a lot of good ideas, kind of like the last one if I'm honest. And there's just so much you can do within the confines of an April Fool edition of our What If series. You can be bolder, zanier, and be able to bend the rules of the Dragon World even more than we do already. Like if Toriyama decided to put on his silly cap and hark back to his days of writing Dr. Slump where he could be juvenile, he was more of a maverick, and chose to wheel out some very, very weird stories, ideas, and beats. Well, we can do that here. This year's edition of the April Fool outing consists of the tale of quite possibly one of the luckiest and yet most inspiring characters within the entire show. At first, you might think that he has no place within this lore, not at all. But when you step back and take things in from another angle, you realise that his place carries a lot of heft, and he's got a lot of heft himself. Today, we ask, what if Hercule trained like Goku? Now let's make this one thing clear. Hercule is being called Hercule instead of Mr. Satan for obvious reasons. It is what it is. And in any case, how did I get to this idea of Hercule taking up the regimen of Goku's style of martial arts? Well, it's all down to him seeking to avenge his fallen master of the Satan Castle Dojo, who was felled by Tao Pai Pai for daring to question his hairdo. And yes, admittedly that does sound like a very Toriyama-esque premise right there, doesn't it? Hercule's musings meant that he ended up learning under the Turtle School with Master Roshi and Krillin, and then, after he got his wish to best Tao, he got to duke it out with none other than Goku himself, his original target, who found him a very curious and eccentric fellow. Together, they trained, and this meant that Goku was far more sociable during the 5-year time skip than he was before Z, and it also meant that Gohan and Videl became childhood friends instead of meeting in high school. So far, so anime. We then had Raditz come along, and this proved to be the ultimate test for Hercule, both in terms of his skills as a martial artist, and his way of handling the power that he had acquired really quickly. It was to him too much too soon though. This goes way beyond the days of the castle grounds. He had to man up, and fast, and especially when he got the chance to see his wife one more time, and know that she's okay. Now in the last part, we had Hercule be an important part in securing the win over Nappa and Vegeta, with the champ chomping at the bit to see Miguel again, his fallen wife, after making a deal with King Kai to train harder than he'd ever done before. By acting as bait in a rather brave move to distract the Ozaru Vegeta that even impressed the likes of Piccolo, Hercule aided Goku and friends in besting Vegeta and leaving him in the other world himself, the big monkey acting as a shield for our champ, whose only damage was mainly to his clothes and dignity. With Miguel on Earth for 24 hours, Hercule doesn't have much time, and so he takes his wife to Chi-Chi and Goku's place so that Videl can finally meet her mother for the first time. Since she passed not long after Videl was born, so she really never got to know her mother, obviously due to complications. Now first, Videl doesn't know who this person is, but when Hercule explains that this is her mother Miguel, the 5-year-old girl starts to piece things together in her mind and recognize that this might be her mother, and she suddenly becomes very shy. Turns out that this lady is a lot like the lady in the posters and the pictures around their house. Miguel is very patient though, and the moment is touching enough to even get Chi-Chi going, but she then realizes that, hey, this is a very personal family moment going on right here, and so she gives them the space that they need. Hercule then takes Miguel and Videl back home, where they can reconnect, and most importantly, Videl can properly get to know her mother, and realize that she is doing alright in the other world. It's not boring over there. It's basically the next great adventure. She'd actually been able to continue to perform to many crowds in the next dimension, which fills Hercule with pride.
Oh, I knew it! I knew you were star material! That's why I married you!
Miguel shoots him a very cheeky look. And that's the only reason? Hercule panics and then blusters and goes,
Well, I mean, that's not the only reason. I mean, you're smart, you're pretty, and you're the only love of my life.
Is then Videl then shoots him a look. But Papa? Man, Hercule can't get a break, can he? They then all burst into laughter, and this is something that the big guy has missed for years. Just this level of peace and contentment, just reassurance, a family. But he knows that this is not going to last forever. Just as soon as it starts, it's over. With the 24 hours almost up, the gang head back to Fortune Teller Barber's place in order to do the deed and take Miguel back to the other world. But before she departs, they take one last picture together with Videl between the two of them to show that they are still a happy family, just seemingly from different worlds. And as Miguel and Barber leave, Hercule breaks down, as does Videl. They hug it out, but resolve themselves to become the best they can possibly be and make Miguel proud of them. These aren't tears of sadness or anything. These are tears of determination and fervour. They will ensure that she is not forgotten. Her spirit will shine as brightly as the midday sun all around the world, with what her family can and will accomplish. And that, my dear viewers, is what keeps Hercule going with perfecting his training. He got to see his wife one more time. King Kai kept his promise and get that insecurity off of his back. And Videl finally got to connect with her estranged mother and finally figure out where she came from. And this then leads to two important things for the story. First, Gohan begins to train with Hercule and Videl instead of Piccolo. Now, Chi-Chi is kind of reluctant for this to happen, for obvious reasons, but having said that, she has a lot of time for Hercule. Sure, he can be blusterous and self-centered, but he's a kind soul really, who does his best, and his daughter, she's just as cute as buttons. She would make a great wife for Gohan one day, and so she decides to facilitate that and acquiesce to the training regimen, so long as both of the kids remember to study hard. I mean, Videl doesn't like this, sure, but Hercule echoes Chi-Chi's wishes.
I mean, she's right, kids. Studying's important. I mean, I wish I paid more attention back in my school days sometimes, but you guys, you got the best opportunity, so make the most of it.
Secondly, is the need to go to Namek. That's still in the story, since Ten Shinhan and Chaozu are in the other world currently. The revelation of Kami's old ship is still found out, and the gang still intend to go to Namek. But, I hear you ask, what about Frieza and the acquisition of the Dragon Balls in advance? Well, no, that doesn't happen. The Dragon Balls weren't discussed with Vegeta and Nappa, and so really, there's no discovery of the Namekian Dragon Balls on the part of the Frieza Force and the Empire as a whole. However, this isn't going to be the last we hear of Frieza, not at all, I can assure you. He will be in this story, but I'm not going to tell you when. In any case, the gang find out from Mr. Popo that this ship can take them back to its original destination. This might be that Namek, and it might reveal more clues about Kami and Piccolo. And hey, if they're like Kami, they might have Dragon Balls similar to the Earth ones. I mean, it's worth a shot.
Well, I mean, it can't be all bad, spouts Hercule. I mean, Kami's a nice guy, so these Namekiwatsits, they're probably nice too.
I'm thankful for that ringing endorsement, my friend. But we must tread lightly. There's no telling if this Namek is still around. This might be a wild goose chase. Either way, Hercule is down to check this world out. In fact, he's game for anything right now, still riding the high of seeing Miguel one more time. It's getting kind of grating for the likes of Krillin, as you might be able to understand, but, hey, Hercule's in a good mood. And as the ship is being prepared with the aid of Dr. Briefs, Hercule is training with the kids. Videl is getting the hang of this relatively well, responding handily to her father's instructions, but unfortunately, Gohan is a little bit reluctant and unsure of himself when it comes to ability. It all comes to a head though one morning, when Gohan was already pretty cranky from the early start to proceedings, and the constant badgering from Hercule and Videl to step up, that when he falls down one time and then Hercule berates him for being sluggish, he snaps. Hercule can feel a spark inside of Gohan.
What the?
Gohan begins to growl menacingly, his tail rigid.
Videl, honey, stand back.
Gohan? What's wrong? Gohan? Gohan lets out a roar of anger, knocking Videl backwards, and he charges towards Hercule, who has to fully focus so as to not be really hurt now. But he's still knocked down as Gohan gets him right in the gut, much like he did with Raditz in the original story. Now granted, Hercule's not as badly hurt here, but it's enough to wind him and have him on the ground clutching his stomach. Videl runs over to him as Gohan collapses to the ground, unsure of what had just happened.
Dang, that kid packed a punch already. I wonder if Goku knows about this. I better tell him. He's got a pocket rocket for a kid. Oh, my stomach.
Hercule isn't mad or anything. He's just very curious about where this power came from and maybe tap into this power, get it focused perhaps. He also tells Chi-Chi about this power with a lot more tact than either Piccolo or Goku could ever do, since, you know, he understands the powers and the implications as well as being a parent, you know, as well as how it felt. He starts to form an idea. With Hercule, Krillin, Yamcha, Piccolo and Bulma ready to go, they come back later on to gather Goku and then drop the surprise on the kids.
Hey kids, guess what? You're coming with us.
Gohan and Videl whip around, not expecting to be coming to Namek too, going on an adventure in space? Neither was Chi-Chi. After some more reassurances, Chi-Chi accepts that, you know, since both Goku and Hercule were going on this trip, he was okay taking his own daughter. You know, Gohan would be in safe hands, yes. Also, Bulma is going too, so at least it's mostly responsible people going. You know, that helps. There is no fake Namek. Moving on. Also, if you think I don't like that plot point and I keep berating it, I don't mind it really. It's just an in-joke on this channel is all. The arc there is relatively easy for our heroes. They arrive there and explain the situation about their fallen friends. Now, what helps them as well is the existence of Piccolo in their party. The native Namekians are amazed to see a Namekian return to their homeworld, and that one of their own is the guardian of another planet. Hey, yeah, it's good to know that Namekians had survived across the stars and are flourishing. The villagers, one by one, then gladly give their Dragon Balls to the gang, before suggesting they all go see the Elder Guru and Nail because, you know, they also have one Dragon Ball themselves. Sure enough, when they get there, they are expected.
Nail, greet our guests. I've been awaiting their arrival.
Nail is very formal, but is taken aback at seeing Piccolo in the flesh and recognizing that he is part of a warrior clan. As the gang go inside, Nail takes Piccolo aside and they begin to talk. Inside, Guru has been observing the group and their quest for the Dragon Balls and is more than willing to give them the orbs to revive their friends.
I heard you'd bested some Saiyans who attacked your planet. That is mighty impressive. I'm sure, though, that might not be the last time your world is thrust into danger. I have a gift for all of you. My time in this life is almost at an end, and I would like to contribute one last time before I leave.
He beckons Goku forward and places his hand on top of his head and awakens Goku's hidden potential, which is to say, is a lot. And within his body, he can feel his power rocket up, as can everyone else. This gets the attention of Nail and Piccolo, who then rush inside. Nail, horrified at what he's seeing.
Elder, what are you doing? You're draining what's left of your energy. How can you be so reckless? It's okay, Nail. I know what I'm doing. These beings are pure heart and intent. I wish to thank them.
One by one, everybody gets a boost, including Bulma. However, instead of her muscles being bulked up, her brain is supercharged to reach its fullest potential. Now remember how Dende's potential was unlocked by Guru, and that led to him becoming a healer instead of a fighter? Bulma's potential was focused on science and technology. Guru then beckons Piccolo over and does the same with him, but he hesitates a little at first.
I sense negative thoughts in your head, my friend. I know of your past and plight, but you have the potential to become something better, and you don't need me to realize that. Nail, come here.
Nail comes over and Guru asks him to fight Piccolo once he's unlocked his potential. This particular potential unlock takes a lot of energy out of Guru, but he still wants to see Piccolo duke it out and see what he can do against Nail. The two Namekians depart to spar as Guru reminds the group that they better get on with the wish on the Dragon Balls because he doesn't have much time left. Outside, the gang quickly summon Porunga, they wish back Tenshinhan, and they wish back Chaozu. But there's one more wish left, they get 3! Hercule, sensing an opportunity, tries to wish for Miguel to be revived, but he's met with the same outcome as with the Earth Dragon Balls. She passed due to natural causes and so cannot be brought back. It's worth a shot. But then King Kai gets on the blower and alerts the gang that something serious is happening. Frieza somehow is on his way to Earth for some reason. Hercule tries to wish frantically for maybe Frieza to be erased, but that is sadly beyond Porunga's power. Piccolo and Nail sense this too and have returned after sparring, and this is where Nail, once he finds out about Frieza, offers to help Piccolo get even stronger through fusion. Why is Frieza heading to Earth? Well, he found out from the likes of Kui, who had a bugbear, really didn't like Vegeta, that Vegeta was destroyed there after getting wind from the Scouter transmissions and then suddenly disappearing. The Prince's life signs just vanishing. What an interesting situation. Granted, the planet isn't worth much in of itself, but if somebody is powerful enough there to ruinate Vegeta and Nappa, then they could be of use to him and the Frieza Force, you know, good soldiers. Maybe it was that person that offed Raditz. It's worth taking a look. Piccolo, though, is reluctant to share a consciousness with someone else, but yeah, realistically, Kami sort of did that with his constant telepathic jabbering, so why resist? The power thing sounds cool, though. The two fuse just as Guru's life is about to peter out. He orders the group to make their last wish, which they then use to teleport everyone back to Earth on the double. The gang look to Guru and thank him as they vanish, as is Guru's life. With his last ounce of energy, he informs Mori that he will now become the new Elder, and the Dragon Balls, once they've been activated again, will become his responsibility. And with that, Guru passes on. The gang appear back on Earth, not sure where, but this has given them some time to prepare.
Oh man, it's a good thing that my wish was denied, otherwise we wouldn't have gotten back in time, huh? Oh, I mean, it's not good because Miguel is still not here. I don't know what I mean.
The gang ignore this though. But yeah, they do have time, but is it going to be enough? And that's where we're going to be leaving things for right now. So what do you guys think? Do you feel that this could lead to some interesting action going down on Earth with Frieza? The Mechans being spared? How will everyone be able to handle all of this new power that's been unlocked to them? Leave a comment below and let's get this discussion going. And I shall see you in the next video. Catch you later!